Welcome in, everybody. This is the Undefeated Sports Talk Show. This is the new studio. I got Jarvis to my right, Leon to my left, and Mario to the far right. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Doing awesome.
I'm doing great.
Sunday, back to work.
Hey, we were on break for a little bit.
Sorry about that, people. Me and Mario had to go visit Columbus, Ohio. We had to see the Ohio State Buckeyes.
How was it?
It was fun. Obviously, the game was not competitive, but
it was really hot there too. Like it just like a random heat wave, but it was all in all, it was a pretty good experience. So first time ever in Ohio, so I liked it.
Good.
Okay, so today for the first hour, we're going to be giving our takeaways from last weekend's NFL games and the Packers games, the Saints games that have already been played, and then we're going to give our takeaways from this last weekend's college football games. And then hour number 2, we're going to move into some NBA, talk about Oklahoma City and the Melo trade, Dwayne Wade signing with the Cavaliers, and then we'll give you our predictions with NFL Week 4. So let's get this started. Our takeaway from the Green Bay Packers game and Bears game. I have one particular thing I really want to touch on during this, but I guess, what was your takeaway from this game, Jarvis? I'll let you start.
Oh man, you know what? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers just proves to me that he's just the best quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best. I actually think that it was just a great game overall. Well, it wasn't really that competitive until at the end, but at the end, the Packers, they look good.
Okay, let's get this started. Aaron is the man.
Yeah, he is.
But he's still not beating the GOAT. The GOAT is still leading. He's still doing the best in the NFL. It's hard to beat that Brady.
Okay.
He started out bad. First game. After that, he has not been beatable. He just hasn't.
I mean, the thing is with the Patriots is they have a much better team than the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers team is horrible.
They do, but without a good quarterback, you're not going to have a team.
No, and that's the only reason why the Packers are relevant in today's league is because of Rodgers.
Yes, he is.
Yes, without Rodgers, I will agree. The Packers are nothing.
He self-carried the Packers back to beat the Bengals in overtime the week before.
Yeah, he did.
And I mean, obviously, we all knew he would take care of the Bears, but
yes,
I feel like I actually feel like Aaron Rodgers is probably. I feel like if Patriots and Packers play tomorrow, I feel like the Packers would beat them.
I'm getting out of here.
I'm not a Green Bay fan, but I feel like they're both their defenses are not the greatest, and I feel like Rodgers a little bit younger than Brady, so I feel like he'd get the slight edge. If you really think about it, besides Brandon Cooks, Green Bay has better receivers.
But the problem is, Mario, is the defense. The Packers need a new defense. It's been discussed. They need a whole new defense in order to beat a team. If they get the defense down, they will be unbeatable.
But right now,
I think.
It's just all about Aaron Rodgers' greatness, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is average, but right now, I wouldn't say, I'm kind of agreeing with you.
Right.
Tom Brady just has a better.
He's got a better support staff, as in coach-wise, he's got a better coach.
Yeah.
Belichick is outdoing the other coach by far, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And his D-line is outstanding.
Agreed.
Tyler?
I can't even speak about this Packers defense because it is one of the worst in the NFL, and that is why I do not like Rodgers being there at Green Bay anymore because he has no offensive line. He does not have a defense.
Yeah.
I just don't like watching it. But Mario, you said something about the wide receivers. I don't know. I can debate that. I like the Patriots wide receivers better than Green Bay's. Just Patriots are without Amendola and Edelman right now.
Yeah, but that's why I say they have better wide receivers right now.
Now the Green Bay Packers are without Devontae Adams. So this is what I want to talk about was because Danny Trevathan, he did now get suspended 2 games for that hit. But
should have been more.
I thought it should have been more as well. It is just inexcusable to I mean, he says he didn't mean to do it because of momentum, but then again,
I saw that hit and I was just kind of like totally uncalled for.
But that's leading with the helmet.
But
like,
with the helmet.
Straight
I mean, he laid the guy out. I mean, it was almost.
How many steps did he take after the after like it was like oh the whistles were blown and everything
man.
like or was it just right there?
He was done on his back.
It was,
That was it.
are you talking about Devontae Adams?
No,
Yes.
no. How
Oh,
many?
games today, thing?
How many steps did he take when he like before he hit him?
Oh, he took.
Oh, he was
he
in a
just
momentum
running.
drive.
Yeah, well that's
Spearing.
he should be suspended more because I was about to say if it's like under 2 steps then it's
Yeah.
momentum, but
Yeah.
anything else is just intentional.
Yeah, I mean, if we
It was
think about it,
totally uncalled for.
Vontez Burfict got suspended to 3 or 4 games in the preseason hit. That was I do not think
And
that
that
was
was
as bad as this.
preseason games.
Yes, I don't think it was as bad as this hit.
Mm-hmm.
No,
That's the issue.
that was terrible.
Well, he gave thumbs up afterwards. Apparently,
Mhm.
he's doing okay.
Good, good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on with this college football
Yes.
talk. Let's give our takeaways from this weekend's college football. We're going to start out with the Thursday game. Texas played Iowa State. They won 17-7. And let me be the first to say, to me, I think Texas has the best defense in the Big 12. I think it just took Todd Orlando that one game against Maryland. Yes, we let 51, but that was his first game with his defense. He did not know his personnel.
I'm not going to argue with that, but their offense.
Oh,
we're gonna get to that in a sec.
Yeah, their offense.
That defense. Yeah, I agree with you.
We have five
defense
turnovers
is
in 2 games.
Yes, that defense is much improved.
Yes.
I'll give him a strong second. I'm still going with Oklahoma with the best defense.
Oh, no, I'd put TCU with them. TCU and Texas. I
Yeah,
think.
TCU is up there too. I do agree with that. TCU has stopped a lot of teams
Last
from
week,
scoring.
last weekend though, Oklahoma got torched by.
Yeah, they I don't think they were there.
40,
They
I
weren't
think
there.
They gave up 41 points.
They weren't there. They've been saying that the top three teams, this
Yep.
is not throwing us off course or anything, is
Yep.
Oklahoma,
Yep.
Alabama,
Mhm.
and Clemson.
Mm.
They have already said that. The analysts has already said that those are the top 3 teams to be watching right now.
Wow.
Right now.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, when that game comes, Texas Oklahoma, I think it's going to be very good.
Yes. I'm hoping Texas can hang in there with them. But
I
we'll
think
see.
Texas will now that we figured out our defense because Todd Orlando gives the offense a lot of different looks.
Okay, I agree
Which
with
is
you.
Very good.
But if they keep on going with Bouchel over Erlinger, forget it.
Well,
It's not going to
To
happen.
me, now if we move on to the offense, to me it is not Bouchel, it is Tim Beck.
Get on Nebraska.
It's like that statement that Josh Redmond said, "Who is Bob Diaco?" Now it is, "Who is Tim Beck?"
Yeah, Tim Beck,
He is
yeah.
horrible.
Well, you know who Tim Beck was? The offense coordinator for Nebraska.
Oh yeah, and he did excellent, Jarvis.
Oh, he did phenomenal. The guy. Definitely, he needs to go. He
Right.
is the problem.
Right.
He is the problem.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I think starting Sam Eilinger is the way to go moving
Yes.
forward. So Shane Bouchel struggled. I mean, I said it was Tim Beck's fault, but Shane Bouchel only had 171 passing yards, a touchdown, and an interception. And we could not move the ball against Iowa State's offense. Our 2 touchdowns were caused because they had unsportsmanlike penalty called.
Way too many
And then
penalties.
where
called.
was Colin Johnson against Iowa State? Sam Eilinger found him against USC for 192 yards and a touchdown.
There's your difference in quarterbacks.
Yeah,
He
Bouchel-
was looking for him.
Colin Johnson had less than 30 yards against Iowa State.
Yeah.
But no, the story here though is where is that Texas running game right now?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's only been
Chris
there one
Warren.
game.
Chris Warren, I have the stats here: 4 carries for 15 yards. He's too good of a back for that.
Yeah,
I mean, and the offensive line has got to do a better job of opening.
Yeah, I agree.
He's
Jared.
a
They
big-
did not utilize it enough, and what
They
they,
did
did
not,
was draw
yeah.
too many penalties and
Yeah.
fouls, and it just wasn't
I
right.
mean,
He's
that's
a big
just not-
man to take down, and
Yeah, and
we
only,
gotta find
only
that.
15 yards.
Yep.
On
Yeah.
4 carries. Come on. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you really got to get that running game going.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Texas has turned around the program. I think we get to 7 or 8 wins this season.
I agree. I mean, they look good, but the offense, like I said, can they score enough points to be competitive.
I think if we
in the
go with
NFL.
Sam Eilinger, I think we do. I think we
think
do
so?
fine.
Okay.
I think he is the
Yeah,
next Colt McCoy of
well,
Texas.
the thing is, too, Tyler, he's a taller quarterback. He can see over things lots better than Michelle. Michelle is
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
And he makes smarter decisions.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I
his,
agree.
his IQ is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot of passing yards in this one, right? I mean, like, I think he had like 280 some yards, 290.
Michelle?
It's the USC game.
No, I
Islander.
guess, Islander against Iowa State.
No, Eilinger
No.
did not play.
He
Oh,
did not play at all.
He played
I thought he
against
did.
USC.
That,
That was
why,
USC.
okay.
why'd they do that? Why'd they start him against a harder
Because
team?
Tom Herman came out and said he does not want to have Bouchel lose his job due to injury. He wants him to lose his job because he's not playing well enough.
Oh, God,
That
I feel like
is-
that. I feel like that's
Well,
that's fair,
and-
but that's stupid. Wouldn't you want to have a quarterback that's doing good and giving you wins, or competing against with a high caliber team?
Yeah.
Just keep going. Like that's just that makes no sense to me. Like I understand, like that's unfair if you lose your spot to injury, but
Yeah.
do what's best for the team.
Yeah, if the other guy's better, that's what I'd do because that Erlinger showed it when
Or-
he played
Well, yeah,
against,
and,
who was he?
USC.
Against USC even.
Yeah.
He did well.
and that's what I was thinking,
Yes.
when he played very well in that game, so,
Mhm. Okay, let's move on to Friday night.
yes.
Nebraska. They played Illinois. They got a win, 28-6.
Folks.
28-6 win is expected. It was expected out of Nebraska to go down to Illinois, a weaker Big Ten team, probably going to be one of the weakest in the Big Ten this
Actually,
year.
Yeah.
out of Illinois, actually out of 119 teams, they're ranked last in offense. So
Yes, I mean that was a must-win for Nebraska. But then again, you got to give Illinois the
benefit of the doubt.
position that half their starting lineup is true freshmen.
Yeah, and
So-
my takeaways for this is number one, guys, the defense. I think everybody would have to agree with me. Nebraska's defense has improved
It has.
in the last
It
few
has.
weeks. So I mean,
I think it's the same thing as Tech situation. It took a while to get used to that personnel for
Yeah.
Bob Diaco.
Yeah, as long as I look at it this way with every team, as long as you got your corners covered
yeah,
and that defensive line can hold that running back.
yeah,
If Nebraska keeps on getting their corners sticking their man,
yeah,
unlike my team, Arkansas, if they stick them cold,
yeah.
they have no catch.
Exactly. One of the things that I will caution, though, as I was looking at this Illinois game, the run,
The quarterback.
well,
Yeah.
but we did not do really a good job in stopping the run in the first half. That's going to kill us against Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Also, too, Eric Lee Jr., our corner, he's going to need to play better.
Yeah.
You know, especially on the deep ball,
Mhm.
because that is going to be a problem against Wisconsin. Because Wisconsin defense, did you see what they did this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had a close game against Northwestern, but I think they had something like 10 sacks and I mean, it's going to kill us if we cannot
And-
block and if we cannot
Yeah.
stop that deep
To
ball.
me, that's what separates the good corners from the great corners.
Yeah.
Is someone who can cover a deep ball, that's a great corner.
That's it. So
Also, one more thing is Tanner Lee didn't throw a single interception that game either.
he almost did.
Speaking of-
He almost did.
But I
he
tell
did,
you what,
yeah.
for Nebraska to win these games, he needs to play like this.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Otherwise, he's not. They're not going
He
to win.
looked like a great
I agree with you.
quarterback out there. Oh, also, wide receivers need to hold on to the ball. There was
Yes.
too many close calls
Yeah.
that game. Again,
Yeah.
like they just need to work on their hands a lot and just be better disciplined with securing the ball. Otherwise,
Yeah,
like you
Stanley-
said, costly fumbles against Wisconsin or Ohio State will just be the end of the game, basically.
Yeah, very devastating. So.
I think it was nice to have a Zigbo back, though.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
he-
At over 100
yes,
yards.
yes, he did. He did. He
So-
did. Stanley Morgan and the morning personnel look pretty good too. But
Mhm.
Stanley Morgan, like
Yeah.
you were saying.
Yeah,
he
and you
dropped-
know,
he dropped some
personnel that's probably been his best game. But once
Yeah.
again, you're talking Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yet to see what they can do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. I agree with you.
I guess I mean we all agree that right now it's for Nebraska to find their offense and not defense.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
at this
You
point.
know it. You know it.
Defense is stepping up.
Yeah.
I want to touch on USC Washington State
Oh,
a little
man.
bit later because that game's gonna be interesting to talk about.
Did you see my prediction? I did pick Washington State.
I did too. We did.
Hey,
too.
I said it first. I said,
Yeah.
don't all these good teams that are facing bad teams right now, watch out till they face somebody that's somewhat decent. They're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
I was right against two teams so far.
You was. I mean,
But before we get to that game, let's go ahead and move on to the Arkansas game. Of course, there was no surprise here. They played New Mexico State. They're expected to win. But to me, the focus with Arkansas is that defensive secondary is really bad. It is really bad. They allowed 344 passing yards to a New Mexico State quarterback.
Yeah. Their defense needs some help. I think that they need to work on that. Their corners need to cover the people better.
Yes.
That's the problem. Is they're not close enough. They'll stand back 5 yards away from them, say, "Go ahead and catch the ball, then I'll come tackle you."
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't work.
It does.
Get in there, get the interceptions, do what you need to do, and beat the teams that you know you can beat
Yeah.
without allowing anything. I mean, nothing against New Mexico State. That quarterback's a decent quarterback. He did a pretty good job. But from what I see with Arkansas, if they can get their running game totally going too,
Yes.
Chase Hayden, I wanted him in that game more than anything because Whaley hasn't been putting up the yards. This Hayden's got the moves,
Yeah.
and he's very fast. So I would like to see that. The wide receivers are stepping up. I mean, they've done very well too. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to Arkansas's offense, it's that offensive line. They're having a New York Giants problem down there in Arkansas.
Yeah,
that offensive line. They are. Allen gets hit, about 15 times a game?
I don't know about Danny Enos even staying there. That's another one that I'd like to see him just push out the door. Now, Rhodes, he's only been there. This is his second year. He come out of Iowa State. He got a bad deal. They didn't give him time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think Rhodes is going to do fine for Arkansas, but Enos, I don't know about him helping offense.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them
yeah.
achieve anything over the last
If
3
you
or 4
let
years.
Allen get hit like that by Alabama 15 times, he's going to get injured.
Yeah, he's
Oh
done.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
get injured.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, well, let's move on to the entire Saturday slate game, and we'll touch that USC-Washington game. But let's just kind of move on to teams that did really well yesterday. I will start off real quick by giving my one team who I thought did really well, and that was Penn State. I have about 5 teams that I thought did really well, because yesterday there were a lot of blowouts.
Yes.
Penn State, I thought, did really well. Deshaun Hamilton proved that he could be an elite wide receiver in college football with 122 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Saquon Barkley.
Whoa.
Opening kickoff, 98 yards.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, that guy's phenomenal. There's not a running back in
somebody.
touch.
Yeah, somebody said that he's a cheat code.
Yeah.
He's the video game running back.
Video game
He's out
cheat code.
when you put your stats all the way to 99.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's cheating right now.
Yeah.
Phenomenal back.
And he didn't have a great game on the ground. He only had 56 yards.
Yeah.
But the thing was, Penn State, you had that 1-2 punch. If he's not doing well, Trace McSorley is having a monster game. He had 315 passing yards and 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
How what year is Barkley?
Barkley,
Yeah.
I believe junior, but he's leaving this year.
Jeez, yeah.
No matter what.
I'm the problem. More than likely.
Oh, yeah, they're going to pick him up.
I feel bad he's going to the Browns, but or actually he might go to the Jaguars.
I'm sure we can all
Jets
agree
this
on
year.
this. And I feel bad for Nebraska because they have to travel there. You do not want to play Penn State at Penn State.
No.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think that's not even.
That's probably one of the toughest places this year to play.
Oh, Happy Valley. Happy Valley is a
They-
nightmare to play, and then plus it's at night.
They
I
held
don't get
Indiana to
Nebraska.
under 100 yards passing.
Oh man.
I guarantee you, if it's at nighttime,
Yeah.
it's going to be a whiteout.
That's what happened
It is,
last year
yeah,
against
yeah.
Ohio State.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be a
Yeah,
whiteout.
I'm sure it's not going to be a night game. I'm sure it's going to be an 11 o'clock game, a game where people are not worried about because it's not going to be close.
It's not. It's gonna be over at halftime.
Maybe that's why they scheduled
I-
it.
Listen,
They
I
get
love,
at a random time.
I love my
knows.
Huskers, but the way Penn State is playing right now, and we're just trying to find ourselves on offense. I just don't have a good feeling about that game.
Yeah, they should just schedule it
We're
on
gonna have to
Wednesday.
really improve a
So
lot.
tell me, Jarvis, how long have we been trying to find ourselves?
They should
Since
schedule
since '97, probably. The last championship that we won. No.
They should schedule it on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. so everybody's at work. They don't have to see the massacre.
Oh man.
Any teams stick out to any of you guys? Any?
Oh man. Oh, there's
Roll Tide.
Well, Bama.
Well, Bama
Let's
did
quickly
what
touch
they.
on names. Is this-
Bama did what they were supposed to do.
If we-
Kent State.
If we remember Bama, they've been having troubles against Ole Miss his last 2 years. They
Yes.
lost one of the 2 years, but last night
Yeah.
Well, with their coach being gone and them getting support from him, I think that doesn't help either. But still, I think they would have rolled over him anyway.
66. They only allowed 3 points.
Yeah, I know. A field goal. Come on.
And I don't know if you guys watched Nick Saban's press conference after the game. Nick Saban was still not happy.
Oh no.
Still
man.
not happy.
Because he knows what's wrong with that team. They're messed up right
Yeah,
now
and he
due
just-
to the circumstances.
And he was just like, this is what he was basically saying. He said, I am not worried about the 66 points right now. I'm already worried about next week. I want to know next week if we can put up this many points again. That he was just
Whoa.
answering angry.
I'm
He's,
telling you what, that level's that's
cannot-
standard.
you
yeah, that's beyond love.
I know that's
Yeah,
like
I get, but it makes sense because
Yeah.
if you started out, if you're a third string at Alabama, you're probably going to the NFL.
yeah,
So
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I know it.
so
I know it.
who,
I know
like,
it because they're just so deep.
Tyler, I will tell you this: the team that really stood out with me, and which Nebraska, I don't know if they've been looking at him because he's an ex-Husker player, ex-quarterback, UCF. Beating out Memphis like that. Memphis is a good team.
Yeah.
Scott Frost has done well with that UCF
Yeah,
team.
that
They're
was-
talking about them possibly gaining into a bowl games and stuff.
Whoa.
Those
So-
Florida teams have been, besides actual Florida Gators, now they're going to be done because Del Rio's gone, their quarterback. But these Florida teams have been impressive. UCF's
Charlie
been
Strong.
impressive.
Yep.
USF had a big
Yes.
win last night
yeah.
yesterday.
Ooh.
61 points put up.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the most impressive team right now, and you'll probably agree with me. I didn't think that they would do a lot, but I did say that they could have a possibility if that defense got going.
Razorbacks?
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay.
That team right now is on a
Yeah,
roll.
Georgia. Yes.
It's on a
Who
roll.
gave Tennessee their worst loss in over 30 years?
41 to nothing.
Hey,
Nothing.
Hey, Jarvis, I have
What do you
guessed
wanna
this
know?
since the very beginning. I don't know if you remember, but I've always said Georgia. Watch out for Georgia.
They are looking like right now
Georgia
the
is
only team
stellar.
to contend with Bama.
Well, give Clemson no.
Well,
points.
I'm saying in the SEC.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
SEC there. I mean, Nick Chubb and Sonny Michel are by far the best duo running back in college
Yes.
football.
Yeah, they are. They are. Woo! They are rolling.
Yeah, they're in
and,
sync.
And then once again, guys, I said it at the beginning. Clemson still continues to get it done. They get it done. I mean,
I hate to admit it, but Clemson's looking amazing this year.
oh man, they look like they will be facing Alabama in the championship game.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see Clemson
Again.
losing. Like I said, Virginia Tech's the only chance for Clemson to lose because they
Yeah.
played there and they took care of business. Clemson's not losing again. They're making it to the playoffs, and that's where it's gonna really happen if they lose.
It was a good game though.
So honestly, we probably need to throw Georgia in there because they're a big contending team.
Well, they're number
too,
7
so-
in the country. Everybody
Yeah.
just is,
They get over, they
Georgia-
get,
yeah,
but
Georgia.
they get overlooked though because
Yeah.
of the like Alabama and
Yeah,
Clemson.
yeah, Georgia is seriously
phenomenal.
dominating every asset on the field.
they
Yeah.
are.
So
That defense
I'd
is really
throw
good.
them in the top 4 teams for the national championship toward the end.
But when we've spoken about Clemson, I don't think it's so much about this offense because I mean Kelly Bryant, he's really good. He had 94 rushing yards, 186 passing yards, but I think it's this defense.
Yes.
This defense is serious.
Mhm.
They tortured Josh Jackson last
They-
night.
Yeah, that defense has really improved, and that was a problem last year. They could not get anything going on the defensive end, but this year they have really improved. So guys, I mean,
But
Now the other team. Go ahead, Mario.
yeah.
I was gonna say, every good team has one hiccup game, so let's just hope it's not at the end of the season for Clemson. Otherwise, they can
No.
kiss that playoff spot goodbye.
The next hardest game is North Carolina State. I
Alright.
think it's gonna be close because they play there, but
And North
I
Carolina
don't know.
State's decent compared to North Carolina. So I
Yes.
honestly, I think that North Carolina State will give them a little bit of fifth, but
Yeah,
Clemson's still going to
honestly,
beat them
yeah.
by 2-3 touchdowns.
Honestly, well, don't write them off. North Carolina State's actually pretty good this season. They're actually a little underrated, if you ask
Yeah.
me.
Oh,
They're not a pushover team like most people probably think they are.
Mhm.
I feel like it's going to be a close game in the first half, but
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. Well, another team that really stood out to me was the Auburn Tigers. You know,
I tell you.
I'm gonna admit to you guys, I'll be speaking on Mississippi State in just a second. I thought this was a team to watch out for after they smacked LSU at their house.
Mhm.
But then I realized only watch out for them when they play at their house.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously loud there at the Cowbells. But when they play away from home,
They're terrible.
yeah, and Auburn's looking as good as anybody in the SEC as well.
That's another team, it's just that their offense, I don't know if their offense is good enough to even.
You see, but
compete
see,
with
but
Alabama.
see, this is the deal. I understand what Tyler is saying,
Yes.
but you're still talking the Tide.
Yeah.
Who I don't think that they will be beat as long as Jalen's there too. He's
Yeah.
running that whole offensive area good. I don't think that they're
That's
gonna-
why I said. You know, like that's what you were saying about Georgia. Be it, you know, they could possibly not saying that they're going to beat Alabama.
Yeah.
But challenge them.
Yeah,
But
they're going to put it.
The thing is with Auburn, if their only loss is Clemson, that is their only loss, and they only let Clemson score 14. So Auburn has a tremendous
A
defense.
decent-
Nobody's talking about their defense. I mean, Auburn's defense
It's
is for
really
real.
good. Yeah.
I was seeing, I was watching it in action last night.
It is just Jarrett Stidham.
It was it's him. And that offense, can that offense do enough?
Yeah.
And I don't think so.
Any other teams we did not touch on that was impressive? I mean, we got Washington State, but we kind of all guessed that.
I will say this. I know it was against Rutgers, but Ohio State,
Yeah.
the last couple weeks, they have been playing
I think what helped was they
very well.
Let me
played Mike Weber lots more.
Yes.
let me ask you guys this: who did because I didn't catch it? Did Maryland end up winning
Yes, they did.
again?
Yeah.
See, Maryland is really storming up the pipelines.
Yeah, they are.
You know, if they can keep their guys healthy in that, they're still going to do pretty good by end of the year.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who they beat. They beat kind of.
It was
Minnesota.
a decent team.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
They beat
Minnesota.
There's Ty Johnson that closed it.
Yeah.
Run right up the middle, not even touched.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But-
decent team that they beat.
A lot of people are saying that offensive coordinator at Maryland should be probably award have
Yeah,
some
he-
award on him
he
because he is
Turn the
actually
team around.
well he was starting the third stringer.
Mm-hmm.
He was starting the third string quarterback because the other two quarterbacks were injured, the other two starters. But he's just been phenomenal. That whole team right now is clicking.
Yeah, the Big Ten is by far the most interesting conference to watch. I mean,
It really
Michigan
is.
State just beat Iowa. I did
Yes.
not see that coming.
Oh man.
But that's an interesting conference. You got everything going on inside there besides the bottom teams, Rutgers, Illinois. Yeah, I mean, they're still down there. Let's quickly move on to this Friday night game because USC is one of my disappointing teams. I know I picked Washington State to win. Us three did. You got USC. I picked Washington State to win, but still, USC's just disappointing because they were supposed to be the Pac-12 team this year with Sam Darnold being the Heisman winner.
Yeah.
And honestly, Sam Darnold's not looking good at all.
No.
He is looking horrible.
Yeah, I feel like he's been on a slow downward spiral, like not really fast, but slow downward spiral. Honestly, since he played Texas,
You kind of
Like-
wonder.
Yeah.
Hey,
What about Oregon?
Oh man.
they're handling their business. I mean, Rolls Royce is doing what he can.
Yeah.
Um,
Didn't they lose to Arizona State though?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did lose to Arizona State like 37-30,
Mhm.
4 or something like that.
and that's
See, so that Pac-12 is like
it's just up and down. Like
Yeah.
anybody can beat anybody. It seems like in the Pac-12.
Mhm.
It's just. But you did say at the beginning, Tyler, Luke Falk. That guy is.
He's good. I told you he'd be the Pac-12 quarterback.
Yeah, like 340 yards against USC.
Yeah.
Is he Marshall's nephew or something?
Marshall Falk?
But see, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Oh man, that guy was so
That's
phenomenal.
the thing when we look at USC. Nobody shows up but Ronald Jones every game.
Yes.
That running back is
Yeah, Jones
one of the
is a very
best
good
in
running
college
back.
football.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the rest of the USC team every game? They struggle against a Texas team who people did not see that would show up, but
Yeah.
Texas did. And then they lost against Washington State, which a lot of people picked. I don't know. Right now, USC to me should not even be in the top 10.
I picked that game because USC struggled with, I think it was like Western Michigan, was it? Or like,
Yeah.
West-
Well, I'm just not going to tell you
Texas.
this right now. They're out of top 10 now.
Well, Washington
Well,
State is ranked 16th.
It's
So.
16. I'm still going to put them out of top 10.
I
Because
feel
you
like-
got other teams that have powered forward. So I
And
think
a lot of
Yep.
other teams are just strong.
See, I feel like they'll probably go off a schedule, but so I feel like they'll probably just drop down to 9th or maybe 10th. I think they'll still be in it, but like on the borderline of being out of it.
Yeah.
Though.
yeah, they're going to be close. I don't know.
Yes.
You know, this game gets me to laugh. Another disappointing. LSU at home loses to Troy 24-21. That is embarrassing if you're an LSU fan.
And Troy was tweeting bad things afterwards, but I don't know if you guys listened to Orgeron afterwards. He was talking about how he said the coaches aren't in sync. He says the team isn't in sync. He says nothing's run right. He said they started off good. He said, and all of a sudden things just went downhill.
I just don't think he's the coach.
No, and he said that that game yesterday all started out with him. He says it all has to come down on me.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt they were without Darius Guice that entire game, but still, it's Troy.
Yeah, it's Troy. It's kind of like it's Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
You know, we should win that game. Guess what happened? I don't think a lot of people paid attention, but Northern Illinois lost this weekend,
San Diego State.
34-28 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we're supposed to take care of business. LSU was supposed to take care of business at their
And
house.
did not.
At their house, and
Yeah,
LSU, I think, has lost their aggression on defense. They let up 191 rushing yards.
Woo.
Do you remember LSU when they played Bama these last 2-3 years? It was 7-7, low scoring, hard hitting football games.
Yep.
Let me ask you this, guys. My honest opinion, they get rid of Les Miles.
Mhm.
Okay, so what if he was 8-4 one season or 10-2? He
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily need to be a national championship every year, just like Bama.
Exactly.
You know, so no one's as good as Saban. Everybody knows that. So my question is, why didn't they keep Les Miles around? He did fine. Just because you have one season, everybody's got recruiting scenarios that go bad.
That's the SEC. That's what's probably going to happen to Brett Bielema. He's probably going to get fired up this season because SEC expects to be the team like Bama.
Yeah.
If you're not that good, you're gone.
You're gone. Yeah.
But it's not really fair though to the other coaches because, like you just said, not everybody has a championship season every year.
Exactly.
Like they're setting their standards to Alabama. That's not fair.
No,
Like, that's not fair.
well, that's just it's in every conference. So, what team does people try to be like in the Big Ten? Ohio State. We want to get to that level.
Mhm.
You can't, then you're gone.
Yeah.
Pretty much, that boils it down to when you go back to the Big 12.
Yeah.
Texas is supposed to be up there with Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They're not.
You're right.
And if Herman cannot beat them, and if he has a bad season next year, who's to say? With them boosters, they might not allow him back.
Herman has like 2 to 3 years to try to get the program turned around.
They'll give him
Yeah,
2, just like Charlie, if they don't get it done. But look what Charlie's doing down there. It don't make no sense.
Yeah. I know it.
One more team was Mississippi State. I told you I'd touch on these guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're horrible away from home. They got smacked against Georgia the week before. They get smacked against Auburn 2 weeks in a row. That offense looks absolutely horrible. It's like they're not running anything but Nick Fitzgerald running the ball and trying to do things himself.
So do you think maybe they got the LSU syndrome or what?
I don't know. I do not see the same aggressiveness from Mississippi State as I did against LSU.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then again, you're talking LSU got beat by Troy.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know.
Man.
I thought Mississippi State would be serious. I still think that Mississippi State-Alabama game is going to be really good and close because they're playing at Mississippi State. So it's really hard to play there, obviously. But
I agree with you.
Yeah, I even if Alabama's got to go to their house, there's no game.
Yeah.
There's no game.
I don't see Alabama rolling against them. But
Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, didn't Alabama shut Ole Miss out at home?
no, they played in
Tuscaloosa?
Tuscaloosa, and I mean they allowed 3 points.
But still, well, I agree with Leon.
Colorado State scored more than Ole Miss.
I think Alabama's just going to roll over anybody. They
Fresno
face.
State scored
Doesn't
more
matter.
than Ole Miss.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's no concern coming from him.
Like
There's none. He's out to, if they only score 6 points, he wants 80.
the next game, like it's crazy.
You're not good enough.
You're not good enough for that.
No.
Yep.
Real quick before we touch on the NFL takeaways, let's just quickly touch on Heisman talk again. It's going to change after this last weekend, but before these games got started, the rankings were that Saquon Barkley now jumped in front, Baker Mayfield 2, Rashad Penny, the San Diego State running back, is number 3, Sam Darnold is 4th, which I'm sure he'll drop out of it now, and then Lamar Jackson is 5th. He had a tremendous game this last weekend again.
Yeah.
He did, but he's the only man. He's another RG3 because no one else can do anything.
Yeah.
He's got a wide receiver that's decent. But the thing is, what are you going to do when you hit the NFL? You try and run at your size.
Yeah.
You know, someone like Sue hits him. Well, he's done.
Well, I mean, with Lamar Jackson, we already seen what he was all about.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
With, against Clemson.
I mean, he
You know,
didn't have.
just-
He doesn't have a bad game though. Like he still did good. It's like he said, he doesn't have anybody else. It's just him.
Yeah, yeah.
So and that's kind of like what RG3 did when he was back in college.
Yeah.
He didn't have too many people, so he'd run all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be able to do that in the
You're gonna get
NFL.
hurt when you run.
And, the guy I still think people need to watch out for. Mario, you talked me offset about this guy a lot and saying he's not as good as what people think. Mason Rudolph, he's 6 right now. I still think you have to watch out for him.
Yeah, he had a disappointing. You know, it was actually he's still putting up really good numbers. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, Oklahoma State they didn't get it done last weekend against TCU. But
All right, see, Jarvis, I don't believe in the ranking where they're at right now.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold,
no,
they just not got beat.
No, yeah,
I mean,
no.
Shaquan Barkley, he actually.
However,
That's my.
Yes.
That's
However,
my number one.
Rashad Penny, a lot of people do not know about. This is not including last night's game though. He's ranked 3rd for a reason. Before last night's game, he had 716 total yards and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So
And
he is very
who's he
good.
with again?
San Diego State,
Okay.
He's serious.
and they're
Now-
ranked.
Okay, they are ranked, but let's go back again. I'm going to go against that. The reason why is because San Diego State. I'm talking San Diego
They don't
State.
face anybody.
Not compared to
Yeah.
if he faced someone like Alabama. Guarantee you, I bet he won't get over more than 50 yards in a game.
Oh, not many running backs can run against them.
I'm just talking about anybody that's big. Oklahoma's defense,
Yeah.
Auburn's defense.
Yeah.
What can he do against someone like that? Now, do I think he should be in top 5? Yeah, probably number 5.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam Darnold, I don't believe he should be there. I would definitely put up your man from Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
Put him in there.
I'd put him 4th or 5th with Lamar Jackson. I'd still put Rashad Penny 3rd just because what he's
You're
doing.
right.
Obviously, he'll start
For
dropping
now.
probably.
Mhm.
But with the number 1, number 2, I'd have to switch those around. I believe I'm not a fan of Baker Mayfield because he needs to fix his behaviors.
Yeah.
He's not mature
No.
whatsoever. But I believe he is number 1. He has showed up every single week, day in day out. He
Yes.
carried Oklahoma past Baylor.
But you're going to have to go back on yourself on that too. Barkley has too. Every
Well,
single game. He has to
besides-
carry Penn State.
Besides
He has
the week before the Iowa game, he had below 100 yards rushing. Last night he had below 100 yards rushing. The only impressive thing he did last night was that
Return.
kickoff return right
Yeah.
from the opening start.
Whoa. Last week?
No,
Against Iowa?
no, not against Iowa. That game was a Heisman game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm saying,
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I was going to stop you.
I'm saying last night or yesterday
Yeah.
game.
But
But he did have a kickoff return for a touchdown. You know what? He's still my number 1 pick right now.
I'm
I don't
going with
have-
Baker still.
See, I feel like I'm going with you on Shaquan Barkley,
Yeah,
but I want to. Me and you talked about this like a while back ago about Baker Mayfield. I feel like you said, he's irresponsible, he's immature. I feel like he's going to be like the next Johnny Manziel. That's what I feel like.
Well, he done been in trouble down in my state.
Oh, he reminds you of him
Like
because
that,
he's.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not knocking. He's good. He's a great
Right.
player. He beat my team, so he's a great player.
Yeah.
It's just he has the attitude like he's the best person. Like face somebody with a great defense, and they'll just smack you right in your mouth, and then
Yeah,
And then walks into Ohio State and puts a flag right in the middle of their O. Oh. Hey, he's lucky he didn't get beat up.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
I just want to quickly talk about something that happened yesterday. It was the Stanford game. I don't know if you got a chance to.
I did
hear
not. I
about
did
that.
see Bryce Love though.
How many yards did he have?
I'm not looking at the stats.
Yeah,
but
301 yards on the ground.
He made some up there in Heisman time.
Yes. He said, I'm looking at it right now. Love's 301 yards.
And who'd they play?
Helps beat Arizona State. Okay, so I'm just saying, but still, 301 yards in a game, that is impressive.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, before we move on, it's nice to put these guys in there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you got to think of the caliber of teams that people play.
Yeah.
That's what a Heisman should be looked at. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, what's his name from Louisville.
Mhm.
Great, but can he do this in the NFL? Do I believe he should get it this year? No way.
Yeah.
It's got to be someone that's going to move well into the NFL. I think.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I say Saquon Barkley. He's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing contention
Yeah.
teams.
If
Same as Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, just like last year, Lamar Jackson already won after September. So September's a really important month for the
Yeah.
Heisman race. So basically,
That's a good
and
point.
now September's over, and now it's October. These 5, 6, 7 guys are the guys you're gonna be.
Yeah,
looking
they
at
were
throughout the
talking
entire season.
That's a
October,
good point,
November. I think is the months where it really counts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they play all the big teams, but at the end of September is where you get all your stats padded up, and you're already way up there above everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we're going to be looking at these guys. Let's move on to the NFL. Week 3 happened last week. We already talked about the Week 4 game with the Packers. We will touch on the Saints Week 4
Mm-hmm.
in just a bit. But Week 3, you had teams that really impressed, and then you had teams that were really disappointing. Almost like college football this last weekend. Team that I thought impressed, but I'll start with naming one team that really impressed me, and then we'll start going through the rest. The Detroit Lions really impressed me. They did lose against the Atlanta Falcons, but they proved that they could be number 1 in their NFC North with the Packers, because Packers are obviously not looking very good right now. Detroit, to me, they should have won that game against the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
But because you called it a touchdown, then to me is undisputable evidence. You cannot overturn that call.
After watching it, one camera showed that it looked like his knee touched just barely on the turf. Then another angle showed that it didn't.
Yeah.
My opinion, undisputable. It should have been. They could have beat the Falcons that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they could have. I mean,
Detroit has really picked it up.
Yeah, they only have an
that-
average offense. The offense is not great.
Well, I mean, they got that high paid quarterback, so they better be above average.
Yeah.
I mean, but,
Yeah.
no, they're playing really decent ball right now.
Mhm.
I don't think that I think they can probably get to the playoffs. I don't know if they'll win.
If you get Amir Abdullah in the right state of mind,
I honestly think people underestimate the Lions' defense. Darius Slay, Andre
you did say it.
I said yes,
Yeah.
they are very good.
Yeah, they are.
Ezekiel Ansah,
Man, oh man.
they're good. They're very good. Any impressive teams?
to me, I actually have 2. I actually really think even though the Texans lost, I think they did really good against the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yeah, I
and then
agree.
Watson's a freak.
and I think New Orleans Saints really did good against the. I know the Panthers aren't very
That's
good.
your team,
But I know the Panthers aren't very good, but I really think they turned it around. The defense clicked on all cylinders last week, and the offense just clicked.
did you know Cam went out of the game?
Hey, it's unfortunate. I know Calvin Benjamin got injured after the first quarter, and Cam wasn't.
That's not a big hurt. Way he's been playing.
Yeah.
I mean, with Kelvin. I mean,
I read something about Cam Newton, and Cam. They're just saying that he is just banged up over the years, and he's showing signs of wearing down, and it's unfortunate because he's
Good athlete. Yeah.
better quarterbacks in the league for the past like 3 or 4 years, but it's just you're starting to see signs of him fading away a little bit. So
Yeah, and that Panthers are one of my disappointing teams.
yeah.
now
They were supposed to be good. Now
Tyler, you're going to agree with me on this. I'm still talking from what you've got written down. I would still say that KC is still leading the pack.
I agree with you.
They're
So impressive.
unbeatable right now. I don't even think that the Patriots can even contend with them no matter what.
they're
right
just
now.
doing the same thing week in and week out. And Justin Houston is a monster.
Yeah,
Yes,
Houston
he
is a monster.
I'm going to tell you this: that Kareem
Oh
Hunt is a
man.
monster. He had 172 yards of rushing.
Mm-hmm.
He's had
183 just 183 all-purpose yards. The guy is just an animal.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
had over 150 yards every single game.
Yes, I just right now, and Alex
Alex Smith.
Smith. Sorry about that. Yeah, he is absolutely.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, he
They
just
get that
manages-
they get that QB in from Texas.
Tech.
He manages the game. I mean, he had like 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I mean, those are the types of things that the Chiefs. They're just playing great defense. They're getting the run established, and Alex Smith is not making mistakes.
Yeah, he's looking like back when he was at the 49ers.
Yeah.
Let me speak to the people right here. If you have Kareem Hunt on fantasy football, congratulations, because that was a great lucky pick because we did not see that.
And if you're not using him, there's something wrong with you.
If you're not using them, trade them to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you my biggest surprise right now, and it is, you'll probably laugh at me, and I want to get the debate started, but the Jaguars, the Jaguars are going.
This team smacked them. This team smacked them at their house.
No.
Hey,
The
no,
Jaguars,
I do agree
that
with you.
defense
I do
looks
agree.
that defense looks really good.
Did you see what
Yeah,
they did? Did you see what they did in London last?
We were talking about this on the way back home from Ohio. We were saying Jacksonville, if they're playing at your house or if they're not playing at their house, you're gonna get smacked. But if Jacksonville's playing at home, you'll smack them.
It was like them.
It's just,
They're one of those teams. They're one of those teams. It's kind of like a Mississippi State right now.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
But the way they handled the Ravens, they just, and the Ravens don't have an offense anyway. But the way they handled the Ravens, oh man, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, Blake Bortles, he had 244 yards and 4 touchdowns. Marquise.
How's he
Lee-
doing on his interception ratio?
Not bad this year. It's not that bad this year.
I think it's to help with Tom Coughlin being the president.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty
That
good.
could be possible.
Like you did say, Calais Campbell, that guy is
He's
a beast.
Yeah.
And let me go back on that.
Oh, he was
Tom
good.
Coughlin, once again, like you said, that's who I think the Giants should have kept.
Yes.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
have gone totally downhill since he left. So what if the Giants have 1 or 2 bad years?
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Now they're with the slick hair back,
Yeah.
big McAdoo.
Yeah. Oh, Ben. Oh, my God.
Also, Leonard Fournette's having a pretty good rookie season.
Yeah,
so far.
he is.
A
He's
touchdown
very
every
well.
a touchdown every game, at least over 70
it's
yards
his
a
size.
game.
You can't bring him down on the first hit.
He reminds me of a rookie DeMarco Murray, to be honest.
Yes.
Or
Yes,
Mauricio
like-
remember?
Drew.
Yeah.
We go way back. Remember when we go way back? Natron Means.
Oh, Natron Means? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was out of Saints, wasn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's out of
Natron-
Saints.
Natron Means like in '96.
I think that's
Go
when,
back.
wasn't that when the Saints were decent?
Oh, yeah. Hey, the
No,
Saints,
the
they were
Aints?
decent in 2009.
I gotta say the Aints.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
No, just one disappointing team I will say. Oh man, these Los Angeles Chargers. Oh man, they're just so disappointing.
They can't win.
They can't win.
No,
Rivers.
Phillip comes very close to every team, but he just can't get that.
Phillip had a
last.
horrible game
Yeah.
last weekend. 237 and 3 INTs.
Yes.
Melvin
the
Gordon had
interception.
79 yards and a touchdown, but this team, I just had high hopes.
I
for
really
them.
don't think Melvin's going to stay there long.
He
I really
shouldn't.
don't.
He
He's a
shouldn't.
good running back. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Did you hear? They're actually trying to force him back to San Diego because they're not making any revenue in Los Angeles. Like,
Yeah.
I heard the
Yeah.
crowd's like a 16,000 crowd.
They need to get back to San Diego.
They got to. They've got to.
No one cares about the Chargers. I mean, Rams are about to hit the lowest attendance. They're about to make history about
It's a
lowest
Raider
attendance
nation.
drop.
Yeah.
Until Raiders leave, and then
Yeah.
we can see what happens. But
Yeah.
right now, it's Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Remember, Tyler, remember when we were talking about the best quarterbacks that we think are in the league right now? Do you remember that when we were all driving back from Ohio?
Yeah, we were arguing about Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott for the longest time.
We were arguing about Carson Wentz and Dak
Dak
Prescott because I said Dak Prescott is probably in the top 15 of quarterbacks in the league right now.
I said top 15.
No,
but he's not better than Carson Wentz.
yeah, Carson Wentz is right now. He's another.
He's on his stride, but remember, every time he starts an NFL season, like last year when he come in as a rookie or whatever, he started the season off really good. Then all of a sudden, he just dropped off.
That's something to look at. Yeah, that's.
I don't
something
know
to
if
keep
it's a
an eye on.
nervousness going in toward the playoffs or what, but we'll
That's something
see.
to keep an eye on.
Yeah, real quick, I want to touch on my last impressive team was my Tennessee Titans. It's not just because they're my team. They played the Seattle Seahawks, and a lot of people actually have Seahawks. Tennessee's impressing a lot of people except for me.
Yeah.
I I mean, a lot of people did actually have them coming out the NFC South. Their offense is looking as good as anybody. Their defense is very impressive. Really, that game was not anywhere near what the scoreboard said. Tennessee only won by 6, but really they were dominating the Seahawks throughout the entire game.
One more thing, just because it's on TV right now. Actually, the Rams. I know you're gonna laugh, but Rams are actually looking.
Rams are looking good.
Rams
Jared
are actually
Goff
looking
very good.
really good.
I think it's the Sean McVay head coach.
Yeah, and Todd Gurley's having an amazing, having almost a rookie season again. Jared Goff, like he says, way better than last season.
Yeah, the offense is clicking. I mean,
they don't have that fabulous coach there anymore.
Definitely.
Definitely. I mean, look how well he did for the Titans too. Just a wonderful coach. I'm glad he ain't even on the scenery anymore.
Oh man, Jeff Fisher.
Yeah.
Forgive him.
A disappointing team. This is your team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, man.
What's up with
Losing to the Bears.
Yeah.
I have no idea where Le'Veon Bell is. In OTs, but still, the Bears. I think this Steelers team is too focused on this anthem protest rather than playing a football game.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's just too much controversy, too much stuff weighing on their minds.
Yeah.
Analysts have already spoke about it too. They're thinking that maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, they just need to get back to playing football.
Yeah, get back, leave the political stuff out of it, get back, play some football because they've got the team to be able to do it. Their defense still isn't up there, but once they get it built.
Seriously, the only guy that's showing up is Antonio Brown.
Oh,
he's over 100 yards every single week.
You know why? Because that guy's mind, it doesn't matter. He's out to have some fun, play some football.
He's a tough-minded man, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And if you're the Steelers, you got to feel bad because really the Bears' only win is against the Steelers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably going to be the only win of the season.
Yeah.
Now, how does the Broncos get beat by the Bills? I mean, they
Bills, I didn't have
Tyrod Taylor had a
Broncos.
pretty good game.
Yeah, I didn't have Broncos because Bills playing at the Bills Stadium is actually pretty tough.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is. So I gave the Broncos benefit of doubt. Otherwise, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the Bills.
You just kind of look and it's like, well, with Broncos and that defense, you think that they'll just take care of the woeful Bills, but
I kind of wonder though what the Bills QB. If he got out of there, Tyrod, and went to a decent team
with an offensive line,
with offensive line, I think Tyrod Taylor would be pretty dang good.
I think if he went to the New York Jets would actually be pretty decent.
I agree with you.
The Jets lost a good receiver that's helping the Titans out too. Decker. He does get injured here and there. He's getting older, but the thing is, Decker's been doing well for Titans.
Absolutely.
The other disappointing, I have two that kind of mixed together. The Buccaneers got smacked by the Vikings at home, and then the Raiders, no show on Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
no show. That was absolutely horrible.
That was really bad.
The good game, since you said, speaking of Redskins, though, man, Redskins and Chiefs is going to be a great game.
It is.
Kirk Cousins,
we'll touch on that later in hour number 2. Hour number 2, we're going to be touching on that game. But, I don't know. The reason why I put the Bucs was Minnesota, they started Case Keenum. He had over 350 yards. So that's why. And then Raiders, where is Amari Cooper?
Yeah, where is
that guy? Where is he? I don't know.
I even got the guy on fantasy. He ain't doing nothing for me.
I lost you.
I don't know.
Something's got to be going on because that's you're talking an older Crabtree getting the work done.
Yeah.
Where is Amari Cooper?
Amari is very important to this offense, and I don't know what they're doing right now. I mean, they have just lost their minds. Giving them the ball. So I don't know. The Raiders got some issues that they need to iron out, but I think they will.
I feel like they'll bounce back this week.
Oh yes.
I feel yes.
Yeah, I hope so. Anyway,
Yeah.
a lot of people hope so.
Oh, absolutely.
Since they're Super Bowl odd favorites, everybody. Okay, so that's gonna do it for hour number 1 of the Undefeated Sports Talk Show. Thank you for watching. Hour number 2 will be coming up just next. We're gonna be giving our predictions for NFL Week 4, and we're gonna be talking the OKC trade with Melo and Dwayne Wade going to Cleveland. Make sure you just contact us on our Facebook page at Undefeated Sports Talk Show. Give us a follow too. You can also go to Twitter at undefeated_T_M or contact me at my email, tylers20@yahoo.com. Hour number 2 coming up next.
Be there, be square.
Yeah.
All right, take a quick look.
Perfect. I think everybody should do that.
Yep.
That's
yep.
fine. That's fine.
Okay. Well, okay, let's get this started. Welcome back in, everybody, to hour number 2 of the Undefeated Sports Talk Show. This hour, we are obviously going to be covering the Oklahoma City Thunder trade, Dwayne Wade going to Cleveland, and then we're going to be giving our NFL predictions for week number 4. So, first of all, let's start out with the biggest trade that happened last weekend. When we were in Ohio, we took the week off. Carmelo Anthony is going to Oklahoma City, and Oklahoma City gave up a draft pick, Enes Kanter, and Doug McBuckets. Or Doug McDermott.
Oh man.
Really, what do we think about this? Anybody can start.
I feel like, honestly, if you ask me, I feel like no one really lost in that trade, honestly.
Knicks did.
Okay,
You're always
well,
losing.
well,
We'll get to that.
last season, Enes Kanter was actually a big, not a big help to the Thunder, but he was all right. And Doug McDermott can actually come off the bench and score a few points here and there. And then really a draft pick, you don't really need that because now they got Melo. They got Melo, Westbrook, and Paul George. So if you ask me, the Thunder didn't lose at all in that trade, and Hoodie Melo should be really good this season. So,
Well, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be better than what Cleveland. You know, Cleveland picked up Wade. Well, who got the better deal? I mean, whose team is going to be helped more? It's going to be Oklahoma. I mean, I don't know.
I really like what Oklahoma did. I think the Oklahoma City's Thunder front office was scared to make big trades like this. Wow. But to be honest, they finally took this step.
Yeah.
And they did what they needed to do, and now they got them an all-star team and an Olympic team that they can go and chase the Warriors with.
Yeah, yeah. You know, my opinion is, I think that's what Russell Westbrook was kind of waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when he was going to be before he signed that 2.
I think he did. I think he signed it on purpose on Kevin Durant's birthday. I think he did to rub it in his face. Say, I am the highest paid.
For that date, I do agree with you, Tyler, but he did say that he's been busy, he's got the new baby and so forth. He has been traveling that, and he just hasn't had time. But I do agree with the date, because he could have waited even, another couple of days or whatever, but the date.
He was like in your face.
See, I feel like if you really think about it at one point real quick, like it's what these super teams, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Westbrook were all on the same team at one point. Just imagine if they were all together now. They would smoke the Warriors. There would be no
competition for anybody.
Yeah. But I feel like, if you ask me, I feel like the Warriors honestly ruined the NBA for allowing those 4 guys to all be on the same team together.
Yeah.
Like, it just takes away from, like, not as good teams or teams should be like back in the day where there's only like 1 or 2 superstars on every team where like every game was like a game 7 or something.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's forced the NBA teams to like load up with superstars to be able to beat that team. And that's one of the things that kind of has hurt the NBA a little bit.
Because it hurts other teams.
It really does. I mean, what do you say to teams like the Kings or the teams like the Pelicans? And, I'm just saying, or the Knicks, for that matter.
We can touch on the East in just a second.
Yeah, so but it's really between 3 or 4 teams now.
Yeah. And if you look at Oklahoma City, now you got a former MVP, a guy who can do anything on offense. He's the most athletic point guard in the NBA. You got a Carmelo Anthony, who is a prolific shooter in today's league. He's very good. He's nowhere near that 62nd, 64th rank where they ranked him on ESPN's poll. He's top 30.
No clue how the ball got ahead of him.
And then Paul George can play both sides of the ball. Oh my God! Sorry, guys. And then you combine that with Steven Adams and Andre Roberson.
Wow.
I think Oklahoma City is a team to watch out for. I'm a fan of James Harden and the Rockets, but I think they beat the Rockets this year.
Oklahoma?
Yes.
I
think Rockets are getting. I honestly think they're going to get 4th seed. You have to watch out for San Antonio.
That's what I was saying this morning to Josh. I told him, I said, you know what, you have to watch the Spurs. Greg
Yes.
Popovich is still an amazing coach.
Yes.
And he gets his guys ready. So but clearly, just with this trade, OKC is number 2, right?
Yeah. Oh, easily.
Easily.
My thing is I'm wondering what Popovich has got up his sleeve, because he's a good coach. He's like another Saban, but in the NBA.
Yeah.
So you got to watch what he's got up his sleeve. He's got something.
Popovich likes the old guys. And I'd be surprised if Chris Paul's not happy at the Rockets and then goes to San Antonio.
Yeah.
Could be possible. He wanted him.
It could be.
Yeah, I feel like you said, actually, I'm going to compare Greg Popovich to Bill Belichick. I feel like he knows what he's doing. He knows how to coach his players. If you go to the San Antonio, you'll go from a great average player to probably a great player. Like, he knows how to coach people up. Like, I'm not for sure what his name is, but the kid that came from the D League, and he's
Jonathan
out.
Simmons.
Yeah.
But now he's at Orlando, sadly.
But still, last season when he was with them, he was a great addition to the team.
Yeah, the guy that's disappointing on that team though is LaMarcus Aldridge. There was so much hype about him coming in and helping. Remember like about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, everybody was like, "Oh, the Spurs got LaMarcus Aldridge. They're gonna be undefeated and all this stuff." And it's like he has not done anything. So.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes, I think Oklahoma City can take the Warriors to a Game 7. Game 7, I still like the Warriors coming out of Wisconsin because they just have too many shooters that can shoot threes.
Yeah.
But I think Oklahoma City takes them Game 7. It's going to be, obviously, Western Conference.
Yeah.
They dominate the Eastern.
All-Star Weekend's going to suck for the East.
Yeah, I'll give or take. I'll give or take exactly what Tyler said. I think it'll be a Game 7 between those two. I'm still not going to leave out my team, the Spurs, out of that contention, because you just never know. They can upset pretty much anybody. Until Kawhi got hurt in the playoffs, he was beating them himself almost by 23 points.
I know it.
So you cannot.
You just can't sleep on the
And the injuries. If someone gets injured, that can hurt.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah. Okay, so that's OKC. Just spoke about the Eastern Conference a little bit. The Cavaliers made a move. They went out. Well, LeBron recruited him for the majority of the time. Cleveland went out and grabbed Dwayne Wade, his big brother, his best friend, the guy he won 2 rings with down in Miami. I think this takes the Cavs to another level in the Eastern Conference, and now Boston Celtics have no chance of beating the Cleveland Cavaliers. Where does this take the Cavaliers now?
They're going to be
How
in
much
the
better
finals.
are they?
They're going to be in the finals.
yeah, they're going to
Are they better than last year?
Yes.
Honestly,
Yes.
yes, they are way better. I feel like
second bench.
I wouldn't be surprised if they would D Wade and LeBron didn't repeat what they did at Miami.
I
wouldn't be
put on the
surprised.
Twitter account. I already said 2018 NBA champs Cleveland Cavaliers. So if that's on there,
I wouldn't be surprised. Okay.
I'm going with Cavaliers this year too, with a second bench, and they're just like the Warriors. They got a second bench too, but I think because actually they did not do too bad last year when LeBron didn't have these extra guys that he's got this year. So
Right.
I'm thinking Cleveland's going to take it this year.
Absolutely loved the move, and I'll tell you why. I mean, yeah, of course they're really good friends on and off the court, but I love it because it allows another playmaker. Dwayne Wade is going to probably come off the bench. I don't know if he's going to start. I don't know if he can do the 35 minutes a game, but he can come off the bench for like maybe
And
15
score.
or 25. It gives him that he can score in bunches, and that's one of the things he can make plays. Allows LeBron James to rest. That's what I love about this move.
And look who's going to stop Draymond.
Oh,
Our boy that come out of Celtics.
yeah.
Too.
And plus Wade is a good defender.
Yeah.
He is a good defender.
Yeah.
So
Dwayne Wade just pushes LeBron like nobody else can. He can yell at LeBron. He can criticize LeBron. LeBron takes it.
Yeah.
No one else can do that.
and
He'll listen to Dwayne.
but nobody
I
is
agree.
talking about this. But Isaiah Thomas said he gets a chance to learn. He gets a chance to learn from Dwayne Wade and LeBron James.
Yeah.
And he said that those guys can actually boost him to another level. So
If they boost him from 50 points in one game to 60,
You said about the 35 minutes. Of course, LeBron's not getting the 2011 Dwayne Wade that he got.
No, he's not.
Dwayne Wade only averaged 30 minutes a game, lowest in career last season at Bulls. He only played 60 games, lowest of career. And he only averaged 18 points in Chicago. Still pretty good for his age.
Yeah.
Obviously, his knees are getting weak, but it's still Dwayne Wade in clutch moments.
It is.
That last 5 minutes of the game, you want Dwayne Wade in the game.
Oh,
He is
absolutely.
very good.
Yes.
And then if you just look at Cleveland altogether, you have two starting lineups. You have J.R. Smith, who's a very good bench player.
Yeah.
And now he's coming off the bench. Dwayne Wade, I'm pretty sure he was like, man, I thought I was sorry.
Did you
down on the
hear,
bench.
to get back on your clutch, did you hear what analysts were saying the other day? They were talking about how if you had to have either Kyrie Irving or Dwayne Wade for a clutch, they said Wade.
Oh, Wade's
Oh,
bringing that game.
absolutely. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say Wade because more experience and
Yeah.
more championships, honestly.
So I agree with you guys with that pick. I thought I think that they will beat the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I think they're too hyped up, thinking that they're going to beat
Yeah,
everybody, and they ain't going to happen.
because you need to guard the perimeter when you're
Mhm.
and I think that's what Dwayne Wade gives.
And we
Yeah.
can't look at Cleveland until we do not get a full look at Cleveland until January when Isaiah Thomas returns. Then Cleveland is at full steam.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done.
And
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can outshoot him on the Warriors.
And
No.
now,
Seth is closest, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So
and this year, what's from different from last season is now there's two veterans on Cavaliers now.
yeah.
Like you guys were saying, like D Wade's he's a great floor general. He just like he's been in the league long enough, so he knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind too. I know D Rose.
Oh, yeah, I think he comes back.
Yeah,
I think he
I know
does.
D
2009
Rose.
Derrick
He
Rose?
has the.
Not 2009, not 2010 Derrick Rose, but he does have a really good season this year.
But Derrick Rose, don't sleep on him too because he can come off the bench.
You know, he's averaging 18 points a game
Yes.
last year.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, and he's another really good, scorer in bunches.
yes.
And so that's the guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah,
that
that's
you
going
need.
to really help him out this
Plus,
year.
he doesn't have to play that much.
Yeah, I mean, he's
So
going to be
that's the
starting this at the beginning of the season because Isaiah's
Yeah.
out. So he's going to get a lot of play time.
But
I think Derek's going to do fine.
You mentioned Jay Crowder.
Yes.
Obviously, he's a great backup for Kevin Love.
yeah.
And then do not sleep on Jeff Green.
No, Jeff
He is
Green
going
can
to
score
be good.
too.
Green is good. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is good.
He will be good.
He is.
See now Cavs they have a contention with the Warriors. This is really good because they actually have a bench that can score.
Mhm.
So like when the starters go out, they don't have to worry
Bench
about.
that can score and defend because
Yeah.
Jeff Green is very
And
aggressive.
Channing
Yeah,
Frye's
yeah.
pretty good too. He can shoot threes occasionally.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got it. So, pretty much the starting lineup by playoffs is going to be Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson.
Deadly.
And they're thinking about starting that. There was this news broke out yesterday. They're thinking about starting Tristan Thompson on the bench, bringing him in off the bench.
Mm.
So that means you just put in. I would assume they're going to be putting in Jay Crowder and put Kevin Love at the center, put Jay Crowder at power forward. That just makes that
I
offense
think the
even
reason
better.
why that they put Crowder in there, he's just a bigger, stronger guy, and he's one that will stop in the playoffs. Will stop Draymond
Yeah,
Green.
and plus he has that threat of a three. He gives him that
Mhm.
3-point threat
Mhm.
at that power forward.
And that's why I don't get why the Celtics got rid of him. The Celtics really lost.
They really did.
The
They
big
started to
time.
look really.
Well, I mean they lost and they didn't. They lost on the defensive aspect, but they won on the offensive aspect because they got Gordon Hayward and
Let me ask you this though.
Kyrie Irving.
Let me ask you this though, because they really only have two superstars: Gordon Hayward, Kyrie Irving. Are you taking them over James Harden and Chris Paul?
Probably not, but
Okay, because the Rockets and Celtics are almost the same exact team because they only have two superstars,
Yeah.
and I'm taking the Rockets over them. So really, Celtics.
well, but you got to think the Rockets have a better defensive team because they got Clint Capella, they got that's the only defensive guy I know, but still, but still, I feel like
Well, they got Adams. Adams can bring down
That's
the rebounds.
OKC.
but
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You guys, come on, guys, you guys gotta do your research. Come on now.
Oh,
I was a ball away.
You're like,
but no,
You're a
I
student of the game, right?
Hey, I know everything.
I know, right?
I got my
Oh,
Rockets
man.
back.
Oh boy.
So honestly, I think we were speaking about the Eastern Conference, how weak it is.
Yeah.
if you're the Cavs, you really have nobody to watch out for. I think their hardest competition this year, to be honest, besides the Celtics, is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks.
That's
Because
what
you have
yeah.
someone to match up with LeBron
I'm
James.
going to differ with you. I'm still saying Washington will be in there.
Yeah, I
if
agree
Wall
with you.
stays healthy, he's hard to beat.
I like
Front
my
office.
I like. Oh, their front office is horrible.
Yeah, like.
I like my Miami Heat beating the Wizards in that division, in the Southeastern Division. I like Miami ahead of them.
Are they going to be? No.
You guys trust the process.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, right.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, right. Isn't
Trust the process.
isn't Malik Fultz injured?
Oh, never.
Trust the process.
Never.
No, there is nobody that's going to challenge him.
Yeah.
And they
No, not
easily
the
won
Cavs.
the East.
But I will say that the Philadelphia 76ers will be much improved this year. I will say that. I'm just gonna come out and say it.
Yeah, I'd say the Cavs are the Patriots of the Easter Conference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It goes Cavs, Milwaukee Bucks,
Celtics,
Celtics.
Raptors. Where's those Raptors?
You think Bucks are?
Yeah,
go
don't leave
ahead
out the
of Celtics.
Raptors either.
I think Celtics still get second seed. I
Well,
like
yeah,
Bucks
okay,
at
just
third.
with Kyrie and Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, I like Bucks at third
But
though.
Bucks at third or something.
Bucks third.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back
Giannis,
to
Giannis.
the West Side too, Jarvis.
Yeah.
I do not want you guys to sleep. Yes, Tyler keeps on telling me you're gonna have to give them a year where they get chemistry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they've been working on it. But Timberwolves,
Yeah,
do
I agree.
not
Oh,
sleep
yeah.
on the Timberwolves.
I keep
Do
forgetting
not.
about them.
Everybody,
Six.
even ESPN,
Six.
everybody.
6th seed.
Everybody is still sleeping on them. No one's
Okay.
talking about it, so they're in behind the scenes doing what they need to do. I think it's kind of like the Spurs.
So who's your top five? And who's your top five in the Western Conference right now?
Talking to him or me?
Yeah, I'm talking to Lee.
In my top five,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Warriors, number one.
Oh,
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with OKC, two.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Spurs, three.
Mm.
I'm going to go with Rockets, four. And then I could easily put the Timberwolves in at five.
I can't argue with that. I mean, that's who else is coming out of that West? That's even
Because everybody gets recruited to the best team.
nobody's giving the Pelicans a
I
chance.
Well, with the Pelicans, I agree. They don't have enough,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Go ahead, Tyler. Get out your cheat sheet. I'm telling you right now.
No, you're
No,
absolutely right. I mean,
What a run.
In the Western, I think that 5, 6, 7, 8 all becomes down to how well does Portland Trailblazers play, how much chemistry does the Timberwolves have.
I did leave out Portland. Portland's in there at least
Yeah.
for a strong
The
six.
team nobody thinks about is the Denver Nuggets. They just beat the Warriors last night in the preseason game. The Denver Nuggets are very young and very good,
Yeah.
especially at the
Who's-
big position.
and
Who
then-
is
then
Paul
one of-
Millsap?
Paul
Millsap.
and who else?
Nikolai Jokic is there.
Jokic is
Yes.
Jamal
Big
Adams.
beast.
Or,
Ju-
oops, sorry, Jamal Murray. Sorry.
Yeah, Murray. He's really good young talent. And then Memphis Grizzlies, they're still going to be up there. They did lose Zach
Memphis,
Randolph,
too.
but you still have Marcus Gasol and Michael Conley who can do anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those four teams kind of, to me, are going to be shipped off. I know people are trying to say, Lakers 8, Lakers 8. Cool, go ahead and get 8 seed, go against the Warriors
according
and
to
get smacked.
According to LeVar Ball,
Yeah.
Lakers are about to win this series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
look
like,
out!
that's-
Look out! He's the real.
You know that
MVP.
Western Conference is. I mean, I forgot about Portland.
Yeah.
I forgot these other two teams that Tyler mentions. Yes.
Nuggets.
So
Nuggets,
you
Pelicans,
forget
yeah.
these other teams because there's so much talk about these big teams.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and that's the thing. I mean,
for a fifth seed, there's a running between 3-4 teams right there.
yeah. Nobody's talking about the Kings, but
But the top four, you guys know,
yeah,
they're easy to figure out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Man.
So, okay. All right. So I think let's just wrap it up with the NBA right there. Let's end it off there. Let's move on to our NFL predictions. The NFL season has been nothing but disappointing. We've had plenty to talk about. Obviously, we have not really touched much about the anthem protest because a lot of us, I don't know. To me,
We're talking
it's,
sports.
I despise talking about that stuff because I'd rather talk about football
Mm-hmm.
than that stuff. I mean, you watch shows on ESPN, on FS1, and that's an hour of their talk. And people want to hear football.
Yeah.
So that is why we just straight talk football here. We give the people what they want.
Exactly.
Did you
We're the
guys
show for the
did you guys
people.
notice on? I don't know if you guys watch ESPN in the morning. I know Tyler does, but when you watch it, that's all they've been talking about. So here, this is why we want to bring out the sports to the people.
Absolutely.
Because all they've been talking about is the protests.
Yeah,
I understand it all, but
Yeah.
we want to talk sports.
Mhm.
So here we go, Tyler.
Let's do it. Let's get our predictions
All
going.
Before we start off with the predictions, the Saints and Dolphins played this morning. To be honest, it doesn't tell me anything about the Saints. It tells me more about the Dolphins. What did you do signing Jay Cutler?
Jay Cutler.
0
Oh
points.
my gosh.
You lose against the Jets,
Woo.
and you lose, and you get shut out against the Saints.
You know
How
that's
do you
funny.
get
He
shut
started
up?
his first game off good,
Yeah.
and then I don't know what
That's
happened.
that's how he reeled them in.
They're
He
bad.
made them think they were going to have a good season this year, and then he went back to normal.
Yeah.
They are
How do you-
bad.
Oh, they are horrible right now.
Flashback to last season at the Bears.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Sue's not going to end up in prison or anything just from killing him off or something. is he?
Woo.
I mean, Drew Brees, absolutely tremendous game.
Yeah.
268 pass yards, 2 touchdowns. Saints. Thing is, when we look at the Saints, we're not worried about their offense.
Yeah, yeah.
It's their defense. The
Yeah.
defense has been stepping up a little bit.
Yeah, I was supposed to say 2 weeks in a row their defense has clicked. So it's looking really good for Saints fans out there.
Did you guys
He
see
looked
the
a lot better.
posting this morning with Peterson?
No.
They said dumping because he's not being used.
Yeah.
He
So
doesn't
let him
belong
go
in-
to another team.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't even play. It's Mark Ingram and the other number 31.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I mean, it was a waste of a pickup, honestly.
Yeah, let him go where he can be
Mhm.
utilized.
Yeah. He's just wasting away on the bench. You
Mhm.
know? I mean,
So,
so
congrats to Saints. I still don't see them even come close to the playoffs, but
You never know. They're 2-2 right now. I mean, it's early in the season, 2-2.
they beat
so-
two teams that are beat up.
I think Adrian Peterson can go to the Jets, right?
Yeah, I was just not thinking. Hey, I was just not thinking that same
They're the
thing.
Giants.
Or
Yeah.
Giants.
Giants.
Howell's a
Yeah,
pretty good
maybe-
running back
maybe.
though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish someone like Jay would leave Dolphins and go to the Giants. Could you imagine?
Oh man.
Oh,
That'd be a very good football team.
Ooh.
It would be woo.
Well,
Moving on.
I mean, that line.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a good running back. You don't got a line. You're not going anywhere.
You're not there, you know. So
Moving on to actual predictions. This will obviously take some time. So, Bills travel to the Falcons. What you got?
Falcons. That stadium, and they're on the roll right now. So I'm just- I'm
you
saying
know
Falcons.
what, Jarvis? We're not even gonna waste time.
Yeah, it's
Falcons.
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 Yeah, Falcons, just like you. Too good at home. Too good.
Too good.
Bengals travel to the Browns. They're both 0-3. One team gets a win. Who you got?
You know what? I went with Browns.
I did
I'm
too.
going for upset.
I went the one with the Browns. Any Dolphins having a horrible season right now.
I got the Browns.
Yeah,
They're playing better.
Tyler went with the Bengals. I know he did.
I-
He's already told me.
I do like the Bengals. I had see this game I am so caught up on because they're both 0-3. I just do not know what's gonna happen.
Remember, Burfict
I-
is not back either.
Yeah, I like the Browns, but then again, I like but then again the Bengals, they did really well against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, you know,
So if
I know
any
it.
dog can fight AJ Green.
yeah, anything could happen.
Yeah. So
But that offense has just been so inconsistent. So I mean,
yes,
it's just-
I got Bengals.
Okay.
Okay.
He's got Bengals.
Rams at Cowboys.
I'm probably gonna have to go with Cowboys because I mean I know the Rams have had a good couple of games, but the Cowboys are.
You're talking at Cowboys,
Yeah, it's at home
AT&T.
against-
I'm going Cowboys too.
Yeah. You're going Cowboys. I'm going Rams. I think that the offense is clicking.
Rams just now had a receiver injured, just in case you guys don't know his ankle, so I have a feeling he's going to be going out.
It doesn't matter. I mean, these guys are. No, I got the Rams. I'll choose the Rams.
I wanted to pick the Rams because I love that offense,
Yeah.
but I had to go Cowboys because they play at home.
Mm.
I think Cowboys win a very close game.
Wow. Okay.
This game's gonna be good. Lions at Vikings.
I actually went Lions. They had a close one. They should have won, like you said earlier. They should have won last week, and but
Too easy. I'm going Lions.
Yeah, Lions here too.
I like
Defense.
Lions. Case Keenum starts. I like Lions because Lions coverage is very good. Case Keenum cannot torch that defense like he did the Bucks.
I agree.
Panthers travel to the Patriots. Can the
Patriots.
Panthers get there?
Patriots.
no,
Patriots.
no, they're not.
Patriots. I mean,
Another one's too easy.
Yeah, the way Cam is playing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
honestly, Patriots roll against this defense.
Yeah.
Saints put up 41 against the
Oh my
Panthers.
God.
Imagine what Tom
Yeah.
Brady and that offense could do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jaguars at Jets.
I got the Jags.
I got the Jaguars. I like what they did in London last week, so I feel like they're gonna just keep going.
I'm gonna go with Jags.
I like the Jags because they're not playing at home. That's what I said. They're not playing at home. They take the Jets.
Yep.
Steelers, they travel to the Ravens.
I got
Big divisional showdown.
I got Steelers because one, they had an embarrassing loss last week, so they're going to try to bounce back, and they're facing the Ravens, and they're not doing very good this year.
When you give up 244 yards and 4 touchdowns against Blake Bortles,
You know, and that
what Big Ben is
surprised
gonna
me
do.
with their defense.
Yeah,
They've always got one of the better defenses,
Yeah.
and I don't know what's going on with
Yeah.
their defense, but
Yeah.
I'll go with Steelers.
Yeah, imagine what Big Ben is going to do. Some Steelers on this one.
Yeah. I think Steelers turned it around this game.
Mhm.
I think they turned it around. I think Big Ben has a big game.
They're getting off
They
of the political thing too, from what I understand. So they want to just play football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like Steelers. Titans, they travel to the Texans. Who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Texans because Deshaun Watson had a really close game, really good game last week against the Patriots, and Deshaun Watson's actually looking really good this season, and
They're already rolling.
yeah, so I'm gonna go with Texans.
They go. I'd say Texans. They're actually played really well against the Patriots. So, I mean, go ahead.
Earlier this week I was rolling with the Titans,
Mm-hmm.
but way Watson's been looking and the way they're playing now
Yeah.
as we speak, you're gonna have to go with the Texans.
No, absolutely.
I still like my Titans.
Oh, you still-
We had a top 10 offense, top 10 defense. Right now,
Looking like
they are not playing so well, but we do have turnover. We have 2 turnovers already, so that's not good. And we're playing. All we do is go into this game same game plan as we did against Seahawks. Control the running quarterback.
Yeah.
So
There's still
Panthers-
plenty of time in this game. So.
Yeah, so I like Titans. I think we can control that Texans offense, unlike the Patriots. Because Patriots defense, believe it or not, people,
Mm-hmm.
they're ranked 32nd in the NFL right now. Dead last.
Who is?
Patriots
the
defense.
Browns defense is better.
Yes. Browns defense is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah,
So
It is.
I like Titans. 49ers travel to Cardinals.
I'm gonna say Cardinals. I mean, both teams aren't very good, but I feel like Cardinals have the edge on the 49ers this week.
Ooh, I got the 49ers.
Me too.
Thank you, bro.
The first win.
The 49ers get the first win. Is just they played pretty well against the Rams last weekend.
That was a good game.
They
but-
actually played pretty well, but they just didn't get it done. The offense was clicking, so.
You got a very good point because between Arizona, in my opinion, between Arizona and 49ers, they're like a back and forth type teams right now. But
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Cardinals. I think that their defense is going to step it up against San Fran,
Okay.
and I think I'm going to go with Cardinals on this.
Okay.
Like I said, I like 49ers. I just do not like the Cardinals without David Johnson.
Yeah. I like
I
that.
Yeah, they are hurting without him.
Plus, Carson Palmer. I just have not. I've never liked Carson.
Chris Johnson's
Palmer.
pretty good this season, though. I mean, what?
Well, did you notice that?
NFL?
They had to throw up the passing game better last weekend.
Yeah.
They did utilize the old man and Larry Fitzgerald.
Had his best game since
Yes.
2011.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I'm kind of wondering since David's injured, he's trying to utilize the pass more. So
Okay.
I don't know. Good game. We'll see.
Eagles travel to best at San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers.
I said Eagles.
I have no faith.
Eagles.
I have no faith.
Eagles.
Los Angeles Chargers. Eagles all the way.
Eagles
I'm big.
have stepped it up this year.
I say big.
They're going.
There
I like Eagles because no matter what, if it comes down to a close game, Chargers lose.
There you go.
Yeah, Philip can't close it out.
And hey, if you need a 60-yard field goal, Eagles got that kicker.
Yes.
61-yarder.
Career,
No problem.
rookie career long.
That's
Did you guys see that?
I saw it.
What the quarterback did on the side? He says, "I'll give him my paycheck from this game if he makes that field goal."
And he did.
Well, guess what? He made that field goal, and what he did, he went up to that kicker and says, "I'll tell you what. We're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna give you, since I did say this on live television off to the side. He says, I'll give you this paycheck toward any good donation that you want."
Oh my gosh. That
So
is awesome.
they did do that. He did give up that paycheck.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So very
That's good
outstanding
stuff.
thing.
See, that's
Yeah.
good stuff. See, that's what needs to be reported more.
Yep.
But anyway.
Yep.
right.
Very good.
All right. Giants. They travel to the Bucks.
See, yeah.
Sorry,
See, I
we got some games on right now.
Yeah.
See,
Go ahead.
I had to say I was a little hesitant about this, but I said Giants. They look good. They look good even though they lost. They look good against the Eagles.
Mhm.
I feel like they can turn it around a little bit better. So I took Giants, but barely. Not. It wasn't really close. I feel like Giants are going to pull it off barely though.
I went with the Bucks, but Mara, I think you have a pretty good point, and I think that honestly, I think Giants have got to be working on something because they're not going to keep on losing.
No.
Not the Giants, not with Odell Beckham.
No,
And
no.
Eli, I mean, Eli's got the backup from his dad and his brother talking to him and everybody else in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
He's known as one of the better quarterbacks.
Exactly.
So, not lately, but he is known as one of the better quarterbacks. So, Giants could end up fighting back. I'm still going with Tampa Bay, though.
Yeah. Ooh, wow. I'd say, oh man, it's tough. Because isn't Levante David, is he injured?
I did not hear a news report on that.
No, I think
thought
he's
he was.
good.
Oh no, I think he is good.
He is
He's
back.
good.
I don't know.
And,
I
and
like
you're
Tampa.
talking, you're in the Bucks' house.
Yeah, I'm going Tampa Bay on this one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The
It's
Giants
going to be a
are
good
just-
game.
That offensive line,
Mhm.
Giants are just poor.
That's what I was talking about.
Bring back Coughlin. Huh?
I like Tampa Bay as well. I think
Yeah.
that O-line of Giants gets
Yeah.
torched by this
It's yeah,
Bucks
that
linebacker
Bucks
crew.
defense. That's what I was saying. Is Levante David in there?
Yeah, I mean you
Because
got.
that's what I was like, because he's gonna come after you.
Where's he from?
Nebraska.
And the thing, if that offensive line can't hold these other teams, how are you going to hold Gerald McCoy? How are you going to hold Levante David? How are you going to hold Kwame Alexander? That is a good pass rushing team.
It really is.
So
It really is.
that's the thing. Vikings torch that dude is because Vikings have good pass rush.
Exactly.
So
I mean,
not pass rush.
I
but-
know it. It's just, man, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I like the Bucks, and obviously they're very good at home. They almost shut out the Bears at home. Raiders travel to Denver, go to the Broncos.
See, I actually I went Broncos. Raiders. I know they had a horrible game last week, but I feel like it's in the Mile High Stadium. Not many people were used to playing in that high of elevation, so I feel like the Broncos are going to get the edge on them this week.
I'm going with Mario. I think that Mile High, that defense, Von Miller coming up the middle, it's going to wreak havoc. I know the Raiders' offensive line is okay, but I just the way the Raiders are playing right now, it's just not very confident. So,
Well, what time they playing?
aren't they playing like
They
around-
play afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Depending on the weather and what it's doing there, I'm guessing all you three are going with Denver. I'm going with Raiders.
Okay.
I think it's time for Amari to step it up. I'm sure he's heard talk about him and so forth. Something's got to happen because he's been finding the old man finding Crabtree. Well, if Amari gets a hold of that wide receiving,
Yeah.
you ain't going to stop him.
No.
And I don't think Talib can stop him.
Yeah. I could delete it.
Yeah. I like Broncos as well. They play in Mile High. And that defensive secondary is the best secondary in football. Not total defense. Total defense is Chiefs. But that secondary is the best in
But you know the Raiders are right in behind them. So Raiders defense is very good.
The thing
too.
is, Raiders wide receivers need to show up, like you said.
Yeah, if
They gotta
I'm
show
thinking Amari's going to show up this game, guys. I demand him to show up. All right.
He said he demands him to show up.
Yeah.
Amari, he's talking to you.
Oh man.
Sunday night football game. I'm not intrigued by it. I don't know if you guys are, but Colts travel to Seattle.
Ew.
It's not really a fun game to watch. They should have switched it with the Raiders Broncos.
Yeah, it needs
But-
to be Seahawks going to Colts. Colts are done. Seahawks.
I say Seahawks 45, Colts nothing. I'm
I'm
serious. I mean, it's just.
They have been doing decent lately, Jarvis. I don't know what it is. Colts have been.
Yeah.
Whether they've been at home or away, they haven't been doing too bad.
The reason
So-
why I say that is because going to Seattle, it is that it is
loud, obnoxious.
It's obnoxious.
And-
Okay,
You
let's
can't
give them
stand-
3 or
If
7.
you know Jacoby,
I'll give him 3.
if you
Okay,
know
that's
Jacoby,
fine, okay.
Jacoby Brissett struggles on the road.
Yeah.
He's not very good on the road, and I just don't think that defense can hold Russell Wilson from running. I like Seahawks. I think they win big.
Yeah,
that's
they
what
will
Seahawks
win big,
do.
but I'm going to give them 3 or 7 points at least,
Okay.
possibly even 10.
Yeah, I mean Jacoby Brissett, when he runs, he can be effective.
Yes, yeah.
It could be effective, yeah. But,
Yeah.
oh man.
I think he's a. This is one of the NFL teams that I think that have done a good job in replacing their starting QB with another QB. I think Brissett is going to be the one. Luck is getting old.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
getting injured every year.
Yeah.
Keep Brissett in there. He's bringing them around, and I think that's the reason why.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
I mean, they
but,
are playing better, but I just.
I don't think I'm picking Seahawks. I don't think Colts will win, but I feel like it won't be like a crazy blowout.
Yeah.
Because if you really think about it, lately the actually secondary for Seahawks have been having trouble. Like they haven't been all like together as one and everything. It's been like a few hiccups and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like Seahawks are gonna win, but it's gonna be not. It's gonna be probably about like a touchdown or 2. That's what I think.
Okay.
I mean, we all got Seahawks though, so that's what matters.
Yeah.
Okay. Mario, hour number 1, you touched on this game. Redskins at Chiefs, Monday Night Football. Last game, talk about who you guys got.
Chiefs.
I
You're at Chiefs. Keep that in mind.
I got Chiefs, but I really like the Redskins though. But I since it's at Chiefs, I feel like they're gonna
Yeah.
get the edge.
Ooh, it's gonna be a close one, like 27-24.
And I don't know if you guys realize too, their stadium is the second loudest to Seahawks.
Yeah, it is.
They are loud, and Redskins coming in there with with Kirk Cousins.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Man.
Wow. I tell
All
you
right,
what.
folks, my Titans are getting torched right now.
Right now, Deshaun Watson is playing.
We might have to go live next week during NFL games and just talking.
Yeah.
Just talking.
Oh man, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, it would. It would be fun because we sit here talking about college football.
Some of them will be crying, but it's okay.
But my take on the Redskins Chiefs game. I like the Chiefs. They're playing at home. I think they win, but this is going to be a close game. Redskins have proved they can contend in the
Yes.
NFC East.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
I think Kareem Hunt though continues his ways,
Yeah.
but yeah, that Chiefs defense,
Oh, that Chiefs defense. Yeah, it's
they're good.
they're good.
Guys, I've noticed that this TV is on behind, or we're doing this little production show right now, and Tennessee is just getting ran. That Watson. When they started this other QB, once again, I can't even remember his name.
Tom Savage.
Tom Savage. Who in the hell is Tom Savage? Watson, you should have started at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Texans would be totally undefeated if you would have stopped.
Yeah.
He is
I mean-
throwing passes like no other.
At the beginning of the season, we expected it to be between Titans and Texans, and we expected these two teams to win at their own homes.
Yeah.
But right now, Titans got to step it up to prove that they can win this NFC South.
Would I like to see Titans win? Yes, I'd like to see them win this game, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh man, you know what? With Deshaun Watson, he played against top competition
With Clemson.
With Clemson, and he beat Alabama 2 years in a row, pretty much. I mean,
Best defense.
the best defense.
Yeah.
So he's used to seeing defenses. I mean, this guy is going to be something special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy.
He's already making veteran throws in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That is hour number 2. Guys, honestly, let's have a talk about this after what we want to do for next week, because honestly, I think it might be pretty cool to sit here and have a live podcast on Facebook or whatever while football games are going, at least during the noon games.
Yeah.
And just sit there, be letting people know updates or giving thoughts on games, and then we're also give a recap on college football, give our takeaways. I think that'd be pretty fun. We'll talk about that after. But as for you guys watching, that is the end of this episode of the Undefeated Sports Talk Show. Thank you for watching. Next week we're going to be giving up takeaways college football week 5. We'll see about going live. If we do not, we'll give our NFL predictions. Remember to give us a follow. Contact us on our Facebook page at Undefeated Sports Talk Show. Or you can follow us on the Twitter page at undefeated_M. Leave questions. We'd love to answer them. The more questions, the better. Gives us even more to talk about. But as for this show, that's it. Guys, it was good. It was good.
Real. It was real, my man.
Peace out, everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Peace
We'll
out.
be back next week.